The aggravation. I've not slept in bloody days making this horrible outfit, and I don't bloody win. How bloody dare you? So guys, I won the challenge. Oh my god, I won the challenge! And I didn't win the badge. I cannot believe I'm here. I cannot believe I'm in the top. And I cannot believe what the I made. This is crazy. So if you guys want to stick around to see how I turned into this and to hear all the behind the scenes gossip of what the went on in episode 2, because honey, episode 2 is wild. You better stick around and watch the show, baby. Prepare to brace, everybody. I'm here to talk about episode 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, featuring the starlet on the rise, Chanel O'Connor. This is my episode. This is the sewing challenge, everybody. I truly can't believe that this has happened episode 2. You know, episode 1, we got through it. Episode 2, here we are. Here we go. Here we fucking go. I'm excited. I'm ready. And you know what? I'm a winner regardless.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
So, to give you people at home a bit of context, out of drag, I am a seamstress. I am genuinely sewing outfits for people. I'm making costumes. I am running around up and down the country dressing drag queens. So when we found out, baby, it was a sewing challenge. Show me the material. Let me get cutting. Let me get sewing. I'm ready.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Before we start, actually, we're going to jump in with our lovely primers just to get the skin really skinning. The skin is skinning, so you are winning. Done. That's how we're saying it. Put it on a t-shirt. Send it to the printers. Now. Stat. So the makeup for this, because it was a group challenge, we all kind of decided what we wanted to do. We were all fashion girls, and listen, we were literally a powerhouse of seamstresses. Lill, for her daytime job, works in costume. Marmalade is also a fabulous seamstress that dresses a lot of queens. I literally have dressed the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, Lawrence Chaney. Avengers of Seamstressing, assemble. We're literally walking into the workroom. You don't really know what you're up to that day. Ru comes in and Ru says, we'd like you to split yourself into groups of 3. Now listen, in the past, you would maybe spend time like jumping out the line and being like, I pick you, I pick you, I pick you. Lill and Marmalade were right next to me. And I literally remember being in the middle and I went, boom, boom. I grabbed them both under the arms, was like, right, we're a team. And you know, they both kind of looked and went, oh. I've audibly heard, it could have been whatever, but I had a funny feeling it was going to be a sewing challenge. So I fully was there like, seamstress to my left, seamstress to my right, da da da. We get to the pink box, you're pulling out the bits. Marmalade for us went up. We were the last in the queue, so we're going down the line. You're getting the games room, the disco room, the fucking love dungeon. What a room we got. The fucking spa room.
How posh is your house?
Now listen, when she pulled out that rubber duck, I was like, we've got the bathroom, we've got the bathroom, we've got the bathroom. As it got on, the spa was spying. We literally slayed it. To me, personally, we were given the most difficult room to do because color-wise, fabric-wise, and texture-wise, we were given a lot of chiffons, very light fabrics, not very many fabrics with lots of structure. When it comes to the race and when it comes to these sewing challenges, a lot of what's given is very much like stretchy fabric, whereas I'm a structural person. I love stretch, don't get me wrong, but I really know how to work a structural bodice, and I am your pattern drafting girly. We've been challenged to do this as a team. We need to work as a fashion house. We need to make this work. And you know what? We really did. Between me and you, I really wanted evening wear. But I knew for me, I could dress any category and I could work any category. And when it came down to it, Marmalade was really wanting it. And I went, you know what, Marm? You can just have it. It's totally fine. I will do cocktail. That's the best part of working in a group, is you have to sort of work together cohesively so that everyone's comfortable. You don't want anyone having resentment. This whole look is 1920s inspired. So what we want to do for this is for the brow, I am actually going to do a really thin pencil 1920s brow. We're literally going right up on the arch. This is really thick right now, but we are literally going to thin this down with our creams later. So that is really high for me. That's a bitch brow.
Oh, you are such a bitch.
We really thought for the challenge we want to do makeup that is really fashiony, is John Galliano, is cohesive as well. We were sharing the same lip toppers, we were sharing the same eye toppers. We wanted to make sure that colour wise we just looked the best. I felt like we actually sat there and thought about it, and there was a lot of thought process that went behind it. I loved working in a little team with them. It felt really gorge and felt so much like a, oh my god, I'm gonna enjoy this. Like I was like, this is so cool. I spoke to people like shit, and it's just when I am stressed, you might have seen it in the episode of me being like, what have you done here? What's going on? What's this? What's that? What's this? I didn't want to say I took creative control, but I definitely took a managerial point where I just wanted to know what we were all up to. So, you know, I spoke to Lill and I was like, what do you want, Lill? And Lill went, listen, I think I'd love like a 3-piece suit, but Lill doesn't have experience in pattern drafting. So I went, babe, I'll draft it. I will literally draft you a suit. I'll cut it all out. Firstly, I agreed. I'll put some of it together, but if you guys can chime in and help. And Lill was like, cool, well, I'll make us all accessories. I'll work on like spray painting. Lill went out and used like 2 full cans of spray paint to spray the pampas grass silver. We really wanted to turn this design challenge on its head. We want to make this legendary. Over the summer, we met together and we reshot the looks for the photographs. And baby, I once again went, what the f***? This is incredible. Banksy was there because she was part of the mill, so she's Lil's family as well. So she was there and she was like, genuinely girls, this eats. So, if you agree, you should like, comment, and subscribe. But point of the story of that was, Marmalade was like, well, I'm really good at draping and hand sewing. I was like, I'm good at pattern cutting and I'm good at sewing things really quickly. Lill was like, I've got an eye for detail. I'll work on accessories. So it was like, we treated it like departments. Because at this point, we kind of had it in our minds that it would be a group win. We didn't really know that they were going to turn the tables. Yes, I'm quoting Adele. And make us lip sync against each other. But listen, we'll get to that later in the video. We've carved under our brows. I'm going to jump on and we're going to move on to foundation now. So let's get into it. Also with Kyron's immunity, we're there trying to get an idea and trying to be like, we're trying to guess what happens, which is the most dangerous thing you can do. So we were like, right, if they're in the bottom, it's going to be Octavia and it's going to be Zahira that have to lip sync. You know, Kyron has immunity. I know that Dita can sew. She made some of her own outfits for the show. Didn't really know what Release's skill set was when it came to making outfits. But then as we found out, that was one of the first dresses she'd ever made. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
So good for you, girl.
Sewing is a very daunting process. Babe, I don't know how to do open heart surgery. I'd give it a go. I do not think the patient would survive, but I think I'd be good at stitching back up. So when it comes to sewing, it's a lot like open heart surgery. Some people are trained for it and some people just aren't.
Well, sort of, kind of.
So at this point, you know, I've cut Lil's out. We're working on Lil's. We're trying to make a 3-piece structured suit with absolutely no structured fabric. We're working with stretch. So what I had to do was we lined Lil's jacket and we backed everything in Lil's jacket with a shower curtain. We had no choice. And you just have to work with what you have to work with, girl. For Lil's corset, I took apart the massage bench and I used the leather from that. Like Bob the Builder, I absolutely destroyed it. I went, no. I turned, I went, do you want this bench back? Do you need this bench? Am I going to get into trouble if I tear this apart? And they went, nope. I went, fabulous. And I ripped it to shreds so that I could get the leather off of it so we could use that as a base for the corset. That was an 8-paneled steel bone corset, fully done. There's your corset, Lill. We'll put the jacket on you, we'll pin you like that, and put the trousers on. Done. Fabulous. So by the end of day 1, Lil's was kind of up to a certain standard where it felt really good. And then mine was kind of half cut out, bits were on the floor, kind of half put together. Marmalade's, she brought a busk of her body. And baby, she sat there and hand sewed everything so delicately to that base, made a gorgeous structure so she could just put it on and be ready to go like that. It was crazy. And I will say with Marmalade, her technical ability for someone who's never went to college for this, Stella. Literally Stella. Okay guys, I'm back and I've literally done my foundation. I've really sharpened that brow to within an inch of its life so it's looking like a bitch brow. So we're giving Ursula the Sea Witch. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to powders. We're going to sit here. We're going to do a bit of powder work, working around the face. You know. Just going right in with that brown, and we're going right on the high point. Like my cheekbone is here. I am basically putting on just underneath, if not right upon that cheekbone. We all got ready together, which was quite nice. So we all got to see each other, how each other does our makeup. So Lill is flawless. Like, her skin is skinning. She was so good at styling. She was like, well, I need a briefcase. I need a cigarette holder. That's what I kind of need. So she made them. She made the cigarette holder. She made the suitcase. She was like, Chanel, do you want a purse? I was like, yep, I'd love a purse. Originally, I was gonna have a parasol. So at one point, I started trying to make a fucking parasol. What was I thinking? And I was sitting there trying to make a 3-piece suit, and also trying to like create good TV, and also remembering how to spell the alphabet. There was a lot to think about in my brain. For blush, I literally was dumping into this dark burgundy. A little bit of pink, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Dusting into the red. I just dust into it all. Give it a blow, because we always like a blow.
Filth!
Dunk. Dunk, 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 dunk. Day 1 was over, and we're coming back in for day 2. We were told the night before that Saki had injured herself. We're kind of coming into the workroom, we're seeing that her stuff is packed up, and I just burst into tears. It's just not fair. This show changes your life. And for someone to get to the show, like Saki, who has worked so hard and literally carved her own lane in the Manchester scene, has dominated leads, has been working in the industry for years, and is someone who, like, I am so glad to call her a friend now, because to me, she is literally the hardest working person. I am obsessed with her. And in that moment, to see that her stuff is packed up, and to see that she has to leave the competition because she is injured, was devastating. Saki's team now has 2 members, not 3. So I went over to Dita and I went over to Relisa and I said, listen girls, if you need absolutely anything, like if you need me to show you how to put a zip in, if you need me to like finish off someone's outfit's hems, I will do whatever you guys need me to do. I know this is a difficult time for Saki, so just as we are doing, you need to go and give Saki love. You need to go and follow her. You need to go and love every story. You need to go and like every single picture that she will post of every single one of her amazing looks that she brought to the show, that she never got to show. So like, honestly, girls, Saki to me, she is drag. Can we get a round of applause for Saki? The cat is learning how to clap. Bitch, we're gonna set it and forget it. That's what we're doing. We're gonna set this brow with a lovely white from the Ongjanica palette, making it nice and pretty. I'm a pretty girl, Bobby. Big fluffy brush, bopping it on, taking it right up to high point. So we got a nice bitch eye to match the bitch brow. Once again, we just did the same makeup. Like, it felt like such a gorgeous little idea. But let's talk about another thing that was so crazy. Getting to talk to Ru personally. So this was our first interaction with Ru, where we get to actually kind of talk to them, like tell them our story, feel the vibes, get an understanding. Ru is genuinely 1-to-1. She wants the best for all of us. She literally wants the best for all of us. And it really came across like that. When we got to see Ru and we got to show our sketches, it was really nice to hear them say, this looks fabulous. But then when they said, I think you should do this asymmetrically, it should be an off the shoulder, like you should have one up, one down. Personally, I didn't like that idea. But listen, if RuPaul is telling you to do something, you better well bloody well do it. Because I would do anything to please that man. Because you have to. It's the name of the game. His name is on the fucking door. RuPaul's Drag Race. So whatever RuPaul is going to tell me, I'm going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our concealer brush. Take that kimchi. Gorgeous. Do you know, I'm going to take the sticker off. Reveal. I burped there at the same time. That was gross. Reveal yourself. Day 1 is with Ru with a walkthrough, which was wild. And then day 2 is the runway day. So that's the day that sadly we hear about Saki. That's the day that we also literally still don't know if someone is going to be sent home. Also, production are telling us nothing. What we're doing now, folks, is we're setting the inner corners with just a white powder, but then we're taking our gorgeous, bitch, I love this glitter. The Stardust Glitter Mix from Ellis Atlantis. We're gonna pop on the glitter on our eyes and we're just gonna make them sparkle. So 3, 2, 1. We've done our glitter. We're just gonna go back in with some liner, some brown liner, and just define some things. So we're gonna define the brow, we're gonna define the crease. So let's get into that, and I'm gonna tell you what happened just before we hit the runway. The runway is in 5 minutes. We are getting ourselves ready. Everyone's doing finishing touches. I am being zipped into my outfit and the zip breaks. The zipper goes woof right off. So the whole thing splits. The zip is a dud. I have 5 minutes. We literally have 5 minutes until we have to leave. What the fuck? So I'm like, right, mom, rip that out. I need to go and find a zip. Rip that out. And I put the zip in. And I remember one of the crew told me, you put that zip in 2.5 minutes. I put a brand new zip like that. And you know what's so funny? I had people going, we don't have time. Chanel, we'll just hand sew you into it. I went, don't speak to me like that. So see when y'all at home go, I could do that. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
I could do that.
You couldn't. If Kiki can't do it, then you can do it. After my zip is fixed, you know, we're getting straight into the outfits and we're literally hitting the runway. Stomping the runway. Hitting the runway. Falling on the runway. Farting on the runway. We are doing it. The point of the story was, we were last, so when we come out, it's kind of fierce, you know, we're feeling the fantasy, we're having a fabulous time, we're seeing the judges, we're seeing Kristen McMenemy for the first time, you know, she was an iconic judge on 5, and for her to come back, baby, it was such a slay. We didn't know if it was going to be a top from every group, and with Saki leaving the competition, we didn't know what was going to happen. So when they called our names forward, a little secret, I didn't really care for my outfit that much. So to make our looks cohesive, there was certain things I had to do, like adding fringe, like adding the cape, like adding wee bits that made the whole thing a bit of a hodgepodge. But in reality, I was like, do you know what? I live for this. This is fabulous. We'll take the judges' critiques, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not gonna lose sleep over this. So, when it comes to the judges' critiques, I am gagged. Michelle says her little thing. She said, I don't like the necklace. But then when Ru goes, I love the necklace, I went, well, you, Michelle. If Ru likes it, then Ru likes it.
Ew, Michelle.
I don't think I said, you, Michelle. I don't know what I said, but whatever I said, maybe it makes it to cut, maybe it doesn't. But I definitely was like, well, Michelle, I'm listening to the person that's signing the checks. I'm sure I said that. And the fact I made 2 outfits in the space of 1. And listen, for anyone who is like, I can't believe you said that on stage, I'm gonna tell them on stage that I did that because we have to be honest about our work. I wanna win. I wanna win. I wanna say, listen, if you don't maybe like this outfit, well, guess what? I made Lil's.
Period.
We're taking just a little bit of a brown, a deeper brown, and we're just buffing out what we've just put down there, so that we can get a little bit of dimension and depth into that eye and into that crease. Being judged and being critiqued, it's such a weird experience because you want to clap back, you want to talk with the judges. I'm such a talkumentative person. So not argumentative, talkumentative. I want to discuss my points. I want to kind of have my voice heard of how I feel and what like I interpreted the challenge as. Graham had lovely things to say. Kristen had lovely things to say. Everybody was very positive. Michelle had occasional little moments of like, well, we just don't like this, or we just don't. Baby, that's Michelle. I think RuPaul and her play good cop, bad cop. But in the same breath, she is the first one to make sure we're feeling good. She's the first one to give you the positives and make sure that if you've done well, she'll tell you you've done well. She definitely had that moment where she was like, do you know what, Chanel, you did this and you really worked hard. I was like, thank you so much. All we want to do in this competition is be recognized for our hard work. This is the Olympics of drag. We want someone to just tell us and pat us on our fucking back saying, well done, bitch. You did that. I could die happy. Like, it was insane to have someone who you idolize say what you have done and the skills that you have honed for years. You are valid in what you do. Literally hit my heart, hit my soul, hit my whole. Was magical, was truly magical. Right, I keep doing this. I am so bad at being like, this is what we're doing today, folks. Oh my God. Girl, you see when we did the first video, I just kept watching it back and all I was doing was this. So what you want to do is this. So what you want to do is that. Who the fuck am I speaking to? Why am I down here like this? Makes no sense. So now we're up here. We're giving positive vibes. You're seeing what's going on. Human connection. Speaking to audience. Hello. Do you still hate me? I know Chara does. No, she doesn't. So what I'm doing now, folks, is I'm just dusting a very dark purple under the eye, just to give me a bit of depth. You know, it's these sort of tones that give it that 20s John Galliano kind of feel. Oh! I honestly feel really good now. I'm like, okay, what's my next step? Next step for me, I'm gonna move on to lips. Now this lipstick, it is probably like 5 years old. I probably should not put it on my lips. But baby, no fear. It is one of actually my favorites, and I wish they'd still do this. It's a Kiko Milano liquid lip, and it's in this nice little applicator that you just swipe on with the formula. It dries matte. You just literally do a couple swipes, couple little bit of touch me ups, but the color is so there. I just love it. So while we do the lips, let's actually get into this now, because we're going to talk about being in the top, which is phenomenal, but we're also going to talk about how I didn't get a badge. It's the weirdest thing in the world, because when we went back for Untucked, we genuinely were like, do you know what? They're probably going to still make 2 people lip sync. And until we actually got to the main stage, they were like, just prepare yourself, because you never know what's going to happen. So we all took that as an indication that they were going to make us lip sync. It's Kylie, it's Tension. I know this song. Now, can I perform this song? A very different question, but I'll give it a good damn bloody go, girl. Baby, see, being that close to something, it is crazy. We literally were all sat there. I could taste the win. I could taste it. And for it not to happen, it's devastating. Technically, I did win. Just didn't get a badge. Technically, I won the challenge, but I didn't get a badge. But in my opinion, I won a challenge. And also, in my opinion, I own 50% of Lil's fucking badge, because I made her outfit. Don't you think they should have absolutely made us go, here you go. We'll make you lip sync, but you all win. Just do that. No. They want us all to fight and argue and go, you f***ing bitch. I can't believe she's got the badge and I'm not got the bloody badge. It was rather frustrating, yes. But in the same breath, I was so excited that Lill got that badge, because we all want everyone to succeed, but I was just so glad a Manchester girl had got a badge. If, God forbid, I do not get to the finale, then there's no other Scot there, so what am I going to do? If the Scots can't have it, I'll let the Manchester girls have it. That's what I would say. What I'm going to do now is I've finished my lip, but what I want to do is I actually want to go back in with my House Labs by Lady Gaga that I think is an eyeshadow topper. And baby, pop that on the lip. Right on your finger. Just gives a little bit of dimension. Then what we take is a highlighter, rubbing your finger in that, getting it nice and moist. Dab that on the top. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to dust off my powders, put on a lash, and I'm actually going to get into the look. So in 3, 2, 1, let's get into the look. Are you guys ready? Are you guys excited? Because I am so excited to get back into this look that I didn't win in, but I also won in, but they also made me perform in, and I just was so... Anyway, let's get into the look.
No bad Chanel.
No bad Chanel. Do you know, the budget clearly went on the 25k, not the fucking badges. The badge printmaking must be so expensive. Okay, baby, that is us getting into the look here. It is a fucking mission to get this thing on. So there's my gloves. That's them on. Thank you, Lill, for making the gloves. Thank you, Lill, for making the hat. Thank you, Marmalade, for pinning me into this and getting me organized and fixing it all. But yes, girls, we're feeling gorge. We're feeling stun. Look at this hat. Well, guys, that is me in the look. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As you say, come follow me on socials and get ready with me every single week where I am telling you exactly what's going on with RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6, the Chanel O'Connor exclusive, the Chanel O'Connor version, the Chanel O'Connor story. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye. Mwah. I didn't win. I didn't f***ing win. Are these people? I didn't win. I'm the most beautiful girl in the world.